There were going to be some things that you agreed with me on, and there were going to be some things you didn't agree with me on. And I think we found a few. But one thing you're going to know is what my position is on every single issue. I'm not going to say one thing to one group of people and something to somebody else. I know what the feeling is in this part of Iowa about gay rights. Don't you think I knew that before I ran for president? But I believe that the only person who can beat George Bush is somebody who's going to be proud of every stand they took and defend it. And I'm going to do that. And we're going to beat George Bush by going after him on defense. We're going to beat him by going after him on health care. We're going to beat him by going after him on jobs. And we're going to beat him by going after him over being a divider instead of a uniter. And I really am going to do my best to unite this country again, because a campaign based on hope will beat a campaign based on fear every single time. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thanks very much. Thanks. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thanks. I'm not supposed to do this yet.
Thank you, Gov. Thank you, Gov. I'll use this one. Thank you, Governor Dean. It's an important night tonight, not just for Governor Dean, but for all the candidates. Unfortunately, Governor Dean was the only one who could clear his schedule to get here. I can tell you that the people who will speak tonight are very passionate about their choices. The next speaker will be Brendan Greiner. And I've known Brendan for quite a while. He's worked in the Iowa House. Last political cycle, he went out and worked for the Iowa House to get more Democrats elected. He actually ran in a primary, lost. He did not sulk. He did not complain. He went out and got more people elected because he believes in what we stand for. And one of the key things for him, and why I'm so impressed that he's been hired by Representative Gephardt, is that he works for somebody that's even more disorganized than me, one of 3 people in the world, Todd Taylor. And he did a great job. So, Brendan Greiner, on behalf of Representative Dick Gephardt.
Thank you, Representative Stevens. Folks, it's a real honor for me to be back here in Arnolds Park. It's been about, I'd say, 10 years since I've been in Arnolds Park. I grew up in Des Moines, Iowa, but every summer when I was growing up, my folks would send me up to my grandparents who live in Emmitsburg, and we'd always come up here for a day or two and go for a ride around on the Queen. And I distinctly remember every year my older brother and I would take a ride on the roller coaster, and it was always against my will. You know how older brothers are. But I distinctly remember going up there and thinking, oh my gosh, this is the end, you know, and seeing that sign. Do they still have that sign up top that says point of no return? Yeah, that didn't help either. I was 10 years old at the time. I'm 26 now. It doesn't look nearly as intimidating now, but I'm really happy to be back up here. And I'm also very proud to be speaking on behalf of Congressman Richard Gephardt. Now, I know there's a lot of you have probably met Mr. Gephardt over the years, the many times that he's been coming around Iowa. Gordon Fisher, our current party chair, recently called him Iowa's 6th congressional member. Well, he's more like actually the second, because the other 4 are all Republicans and they don't really count. But there's a real sense that we have here in Iowa of why I chose to endorse and work for Congressman Gephardt. And it's because I think he shares a lot of our values here. You know, Mr. Gephardt comes from very modest means. His father was a milk truck driver, his mother was a secretary. Neither of them graduated from high school, but they instilled in him the values of hard work and good Midwestern values, values that we here in Iowa appreciate. And so, as president, Mr. Gephardt has, in his very first day as president, he has promised to send one bill to Congress, and that bill is to repeal all of the Bush tax cuts and replace it with guaranteed affordable health care for every single American. Folks,